The button has been clicked. Your fate has been sealed.
The 6-second delay will reveal all.
We will know soon.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Plausible Deniability. It's Thursday night. It's the best part of Thursday night. It's the early part of Thursday night where you get us.
Michael Cross. Woo!
Better, Michael Cross.
Woo! And Johnnie Payne.
Oh, I'm hearing it in my headphones. It's like, where am I hearing this from? I've got my headphones on. I can hear it.
That's awesome. Yes, out there in Radio Land, they can hear us as well. I love it so much. And Johnny, what are we doing that's new, just in case people haven't figured it out?
We're on YouTube. Look, Mom, I'm a YouTuber.
Hey, does anyone know how to load?
It's fantastic. Hey, it's Dudek from Missing Dakota Rings. Dudek, welcome to the chat. How's it going?
And let us know how the sound is when you get a chance.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so, yep, we're here. Debut on YouTube, moving over from that other platform. Can I say it? Or will, like, police come or something? I mean, it's not a bad thing. We just thought this would be a better platform for us than Twitch. So, here we are. What else do we have on this channel, Michael?
Well, I think I don't have a preference of Twitch or YouTube, but I think this is also really good for our Secrets of Monster Island. It'll get hopefully more people to subscribe to our channel and see when Secrets of Monster Island comes in. And if we get 20 more subscribers, we can get the really cool, youtube.com/c/RedDirtDND.
Right on.
Instead of youtube.com/blah blah 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 blah.
Tell all your friends. That's pretty cool.
Numbers. Yes. So hopefully more people will subscribe because we are in the Grognard's garage.
We are in the Grognard's garage. Mine is dark and mysterious.
Yeah.
Hey, one of my favorite things to do, and again, plausible deniability, is to go off script. And so I have an off script question.
We have a script. Sorry, don't worry.
Well, yeah, Johnny gives me one every week. He's like, you need to say these things. Is that he doesn't give one of those to
Just you. We don't trust you, Brook. That's why.
That's it. Chaotic good. You know what I'm saying?
If anyone needs a script, it's probably me. And I think I had one, but I spilled my beer on it.
That's right.
But hey, tonight it's Aquafina all the way.
Yes, I think I might have had a script also, but I ran out.
Welcome to the Aquafina Club! Yay!
Wait a minute. Dasani.
Oh, there's always one.
No, it's Aquafina, no Dasani. Who's drinking? You like the taste of nickels?
It's water. What? I don't understand.
It tastes terrible.
It all tastes like water.
You know what it is? The water tastes great. That bottle tastes terrible.
Well,
argue that with me then. It seriously tastes like they take an old dirty nickel and drop it in the bottom of every bottle. Sorry, we're never going to have Dasani as a sponsor. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my wife bought these, so it's just we got a whole bunch of bottles of them for TokenCon.
You're going to say my wife bought stock in it.
What's that?
You're going to say your wife bought stock in Dasani.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm drinking iced tea out of my really awesome D&D cup.
That is fantastic.
D&D Turvis.
Love it.
Hey, if you want to sponsor Red Dirt D&D, I've bought plenty of your Turvises.
That's cool. There's a bottled water story that happened about maybe 3 months ago in my family that has now become epic. It's one of those things that now will be an inside joke. And what it is that we were talking, my girls, my youngest, they're twins and they're 14. And we were talking, and the topic of bottled water came up, right? And the fact that, bottled water was weird when it first came out, because who's going to buy bottled water? That's such a dumb thing. But of course, convenience grabs it for everything. And they looked at me as if I had met Moses, or maybe even was Moses, and they went, "Dad, you were alive before they invented bottled water?"
Wow, yeah. I understand that.
Wow.
Now, I was alive before.
It's like my wife, of course, teaches 5th grade, and she was talking to one of her students. One of her students said, "I like studying history, like the 20th century."
Oh, yeah. No, somebody was telling me the other day that kids today refer to it as the 1900s. And it's because, like, we call it the 90s. They call it the 1990s.
1990s.
I'm like, thank you for. We need that. I mean, the challenge wasn't that water didn't come in bottles. It was that dinosaurs would step on us on the way to the store.
Well, but does anyone? You guys all remember this? Evian.
Evian was the
first
that's what you.
Waters. And remember how we used to joke? What is Evian spelled backwards?
Naive. If you wanted to be fancy, you drank Evian. If you wanted to be fancy and not have any taste in water, you drank Perrier.
That's true.
Hey, Connor's here. What's happening, Connor? Connor's here. Curtis is here.
Yay!
We got germs.
Oh my goodness! Yay!
Bo, shut up for sure.
Look at all these beautiful, wonderful people.
They found us.
I don't know your YouTube names. I'm just used to your Twitch names. Who are you people?
No,
we don't know who they are.
We're gonna have to get home. We're gonna get used to everybody's names.
I know. I gotta get my notebook out again. Write this down.
I'm in disguise.
Incognito. Hey, it's all about plausible deniability, right?
Woo! Do you have any Grey Poupon?
I would like a Perriette. That's how I used to always say it. How's it going?
I am still kind of hungover from TokenCon.
I left TokenCon with such an amazing high. It was great.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah. Loved it a lot.
That's awesome. What I want to know is, how was I the guy that was just at TokenCon because of my family schedule one day, and I'm apparently the guy that got TokenCon cred, like con cred. I'm the only one.
Did you really?
Did you really?
Yeah. Well, I've got this terrible like scratchy throat thing going on.
I thought you were using your sexy night voice.
Yes, that was it.
Hey, everyone.
Aiden and I were slamming the vitamin C packet little things. So the con crud. Johnnie was right. He mentioned it. Con crud is a real thing.
It's
even
real.
without COVID.
Yeah.
You could still walk into a con, and if you are not taking care of yourself, getting rest, drinking lots of water, taking some vitamin C, you're going to get sick. And so Aiden and I were very careful about what we ate and what we drank. And
even at a 4-day con, it doesn't hit you until like Tuesday.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. Now Monday I was worn. It was hard going to work at 2:00 in the morning. That was.
Oh yeah, Monday was for sure.
You probably had a short night. You probably didn't get home Sunday to bed until like 8:00 or something, maybe, right?
About that time, yeah.
Yeah.
Because of course I still had to go home and work, and of course I spent all Sunday. We did our Q&A, which was so great to see Germs and Kendra Thulu and Dunick and all these great people.
Card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I decided I wanted to put it on our podcast and on our Patreon, so I had to edit that. So that took me most of the day as well. So but it was good that we did that. So if you guys don't know about Red Dirt D&D, the podcast, just go to the podcast. We've got the Q&A there. Hopefully everyone here is actually subscribed to the Red Dirt D&D podcast.
I hope so.
I hope so.
If you're not, then you need to go listen to our show because it's awesome. And it's going to be even better when you guys who listen to Red Dirt D&D go share it to other people. Say, hey, we're nearing 40,000 downloads. My guess is April 7th. That's
April 7th.
I have to my pool.
What's the over-under on that? What's the over-under?
I think it's going to be about 2 days.
That is so amazing. Oh, speaking of Michael Cross, what about, was it yesterday? What about downloads yesterday, Tuesday? You were mentioning?
No.
Oh, so close.
I was telling Johnnie, here was the thing. We had, when I woke up this morning, it was like 250, 260 something downloads. I'm like, oh, yay, we had our best day ever. But then I went over to our listener behavior tab, and it actually only showed it at 191.
What?
Whoa, wait a minute. What is going on? So I contacted the people at Captivate. Captivate is the company that has all of our podcasts at KOSU, including Red Dirt D&D. And I said, just nothing. I just kind of curious as to why there's this little discrepancy. It's no big deal. I don't care. Whatever. And they go, oh, a little bit of a snafu. So they fixed it back down to 191. I'm like, ah. So we did not have our best day ever, but it was still, yes.
So close.
We could pretend we got the sense of what it would feel like to have the best day ever. And the number we're trying to break is 232?
32 was our best day ever, and that was sometime in February, I think it was.
Yeah.
So, but we still are on track. The only thing is, yesterday was not as good. So as I told Johnnie, I think March is coming in like a lion but going out like a lamb. So it could be pretty low. But we are on track to have our best month ever.
It's March Madness.
Yeah.
You guys make madness. That possible. We thank you guys so much. Really, it's Germs, because he mentioned we got to meet him. Some of you guys got to meet him at TokenCon.
Yeah.
For the first time live and in person.
Yep.
He mentioned that he is all done binging now, and he wants us to release more episodes sooner.
Twice a week. Every day. Daily D&D. Daily Red Dirt. Can you break these episodes up into 10-minute segments, Michael?
Oh, sure.
That would be terrible.
Serialize them like Charles Dickens.
No. That would be terrible.
No,
don't do that.
They're already short enough as it is. Technically, the entire thing has gotten so much, because I've edited so much now that just to really keep the good bits. But then you add in the mid-show break. You add in the
outtakes,
wonderful outtakes.
Yeah.
By the way, so today we were talking on Discord about. Well, I sent out Gaz Drew a self-portrait.
I saw that.
Which
that was great.
I don't know if anybody's seen this. Is there any way to show that? Because
let me go steal. I'll get it while you're talking.
Yeah. So basically, Connor does these great pictures of all of the cast or all the characters, but he hadn't gotten to Gaz yet. So this morning, Gaz drew a self-portrait for everyone's enjoyment, and it reminded us of episode 77 when Gaz was asked what this wizard that he had run into looked like, and so Gaz drew up a stick figure of a wizard with a little pointy hat, and he said he looked like Dad. So I just couldn't help myself. I just had to have Gaz do this little stick figure of himself that I thought was funny. But
I'm gonna bring that in real fast. Hang on a second.
Because I was listening to the episode 77 outtakes. They're still funny. I really enjoy those outtakes because those are just those moments when we are just having fun. We're just a D&D party.
Oh, yeah.
They don't add much to the story, but they are a lot of fun to put at the end so that people can enjoy our humorous antics.
Now, you are only one man, and you are a demigod of Foley, and there's no pressure with this, but Kiri, Hester, and I both want to know, when will we get the outtake compilation of 1 through 38?
That would be easy. Oh, no, the outtakes, no, I can't do that. The only reason, because I would have to go back in and do that. And also, some of them ended up on the cutting room floor, never to be seen again.
And they're very contextual, too, so you would lose a lot.
Well, that's the thing. Which is why, Michael, you decided to do it the way we're doing it, the contextuality part, right? Because...
Yes, because okay, so when I was doing the editing,
the pictures up,
there were things that.
That's huge.
Where is it?
You can't. It's a 6-second delay.
Oh, here it's coming! Yay!
God, why did it pop up so huge?
That's.
This is embarrassing. You're embarrassing me, guys.
That's awesome.
Big muscle.
We gotta see those. We gotta see.
You should have put no shirt and pointed to.
There it is. Slide it just if you can. Slide it just a little more because we gotta see. There it is. Big muscles.
That's it.
Big muscles.
Hey, big muscles. Yep. Okay. So yes, there were parts of it that's much better. There he goes. The perfect. Yeah, as Connor says, we need to put that on the fridge.
Yes.
The wonderful self-portrait done by Gaz. So anyway, the reason I put the outtakes in was because there were some great funny moments, and I didn't want to take them out of the actual podcast because they were very, very funny, but they didn't really add anything to the story. So once I started pulling them out and putting them at the end instead, I think it makes the story itself, the body of the story, still very cohesive. But then we get to the end and you get to hear some of the funny moments that we have where we make many, many pop culture references.
Oh, yeah.
And usually crack each other up or make fun of Gaz being Captain Cereal.
What is Cheerio? Yeah, it's Captain Cheerio. That's what she calls him. So. Which I've been, I think it really happened in Discord. You've also, maybe not in, the mini that you have of Gaz. That's still kind of a secret, right? That's behind.
No, that's on our wiki. We have a wiki.
We have a wiki.
Okay, yay! Oh, we have a wiki.
Wiki.
Let me get this, and I will share this in the chat.
All right.
That's actually. Oh, did that not come out as a? That didn't come out as a clickable link. How did that not? Why is that not a clickable link?
You can't really click links in.
Plausible deniability.
That stinks.
Well, you can't click outside of anything Gmail related in Google and YouTube. There's rules.
Well,
put it in the Discord.
Weird.
Well, but this I'm trying to get it to everybody who's watching our video.
Aha.
And the people who are watching our video, I mean, the people who are in our Discord, they already know it exists.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, one of the things...
There must be a way.
One of the things that I noticed is when I saw this image of Gaz, I immediately connected to part of his personality, and I was like, he really is a pretty great guy. And he is making his way into our hearts, both as fans and into the characters. He's a guy who's really, going to be there for us. And I got tickled when Gaz said that he was going to be guarding the door or maybe being on watch, and if there was any trouble, he'd give a sign.
Yeah,
it would probably sound like
no. I was going to go on in to check on. Oh, have we gotten to that point yet? I think did we just get to that where I go in to check on the child? Yes, I go in to check on the child.
That's it. That's the one. Yes.
And if I go in, I'm going to go in, and if anything happens, I'll give you a signal. It'll sound like a scream.
Of course it will.
If I go, it's gone, man. That's the signal.
But it's not Gaz panicking. He's not hurt. He doesn't need help. He's just giving you the sign,
Right.
Yeah, so very excited about our wiki, and that wiki can be added to by anybody. If you are a fan of Red Dirt D&D and would like to add stuff into the wiki, please do, because it's really kind of cool that you can do that. Very excited about that. What else is new?
So TokenCon. More about TokenCon. We had the panel. It's 3 days. It was great. I think we lucked out on our booth location.
Oh yeah,
because that was amazing. We were like in the path of traffic that led into the con, basically. So that was great.
Yeah.
We met we had some people at our panel. We had a couple at our panel who had never played D&D before. They just kind of knew what it was, wanted to play, heard about the podcast, came in and sat down, and I think they're on our Facebook now and have probably started listening. They probably listened on the drive home.
There you go.
So
the great thing is about our show is you don't have to know D&D to listen.
Right.
My little brother, my wife's little brother, but yeah, he had a friend who wanted to know what this whole Red Dirt D&D thing was. So they sat down and listened. Unfortunately, they listened to the latest episode that had dropped. So he had no idea what was going on. But he said, you know what was neat about it to him? He said it reminded him of those classic radio shows.
Mm-hmm.
You would have people doing a script, and you have somebody out to the side doing Foley. Like that was the purpose of it. That is what we do at Red Dirt D&D. Is we make it sound like an old radio show. Now it's all improv, and it uses the format of Dungeons and Dragons. But I don't think you have to know Dungeons and Dragons to enjoy this.
No, I don't think so, because we don't go into the like the mechanics of how things work. We edit out. So that you're just hearing us in character. Now, if someone says I'm casting Fireball, use your imagination and know what a Fireball is.
Right.
You know.
And we do edit those out. Sometimes I leave them in if there is any kind of confusion for the listeners.
Yeah, of course.
What's going to happen.
Right.
Yes, Fireball, Chaotic Bolt, Chromatic Orb.
Yeah, Lightning Bolt, casting invisibility. Yeah.
Those are gonna happen.
Yeah.
Throwing acid at the Dragonborn acid resistant folks, and they just watch it drip off their face and lick it like it's jelly.
So, for those who don't know, Brook has a habit of throwing magical spheres of something at creatures and usually missing hard. One time he nails it, and it was resistant.
Immune.
It's
totally immune.
I feel so bad.
Totally immune.
Yeah. I feel so bad. Poor Makrin.
Poor Makrin. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got an experiment to do though. It's halfway complete. And what that is that at the table we have realized that, God bless my dice tray, it's cursed, right?
Yep.
Right.
I don't use the dice tray. The rolls are a lot higher. So, at TokenCon, I stopped by a certain booth.
Get ready, Michael.
And I test rolled some dice, and they were good.
Yeah.
And so I picked up a dice tower from Pro Laser Cuts, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody,
Laser and Cuts with a Z. Pro Laser Cuts.
Yes, Steph is fabulous. I have a Pro Laser Cuts dice tower that I have used for 2 years now.
Same.
Red Dirt D&D.
Yep.
And they're not always perfect, but the majority of the time the rolls are awesome.
Yeah.
So
the sound is so wonderful.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it is. And it rolls too. The problem is when you're rolling dice, you want to really get that roll going.
Yes.
But the problem with that roll is you don't have enough space, and then your dice goes flying off. When you put it in Steph's dice tower, that it is going to roll perfectly, and it will come out. It might not always be great because it is still a random roll. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to hit. So
You just reminded me, I need to get my magnets out that I bought from Pro Laser Cuts.
Oh yes,
magnets.
Yeah, you got a little thing from Pro Laser Cuts, right? You got the little thing on your microphone.
Oh, this is from Pro Laser Cuts. It's a
Very cool.
little keychain thing, there for. I think MC's got one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right on.
Well, if we're showing off our goodies, here is my dice tower.
Nice.
Ta-da! And it's one. Pops right up, and then you just roll right there. Sorry if I do it the correct way. Pops right up. Yeah. Boom. Booyah.
Yep.
Pro Laser Cuts, ladies and gentlemen. Good stuff. Everybody, go to ProLaserCuts.com. And apparently that was ProLaserCuts.com. That's laser and cuts with
Z. Pro Laser Cuts.
But apparently I talked to Steph, and she goes that she has bought the Pro Laser Cuts both with S's.
Just in case.
Make sure, because people were still putting in the wrong address. So, go to ProLaserCuts.com. Go to Steph's stuff. It is incredible. Not just her dice towers. A lot of stuff she has, especially if you are a tabletop gamer in any way. There are a lot of products that she has.
Yep.
Tokens and things. Little boxes for your magic cards. Just all this great stuff.
I like those little, they look like they're tiered bleacher stands with sized holes in them to hold your dice. So if you're sitting there playing with like 4 dice sets, You can, you have them all laid out. Germs is in chat saying he forgot to run by and get a dice tower. SoonerCon in June.
SoonerCon!
A few months away.
SoonerCon in June.
Come see us at SoonerCon. Grab you a dice tower at Pro Laser Cuts.
And I know that Pro Laser Cuts has stuff at Game HQ.
They do.
They did at Edmond Unplugged. I don't know if there are still things there, but usually you can go there. The problem is she only puts out what she can kind of afford to put out there. And there's the space there. When you go to the booths, she's got all her stuff.
Yeah, her booth was huge. Yeah.
Great stuff. And yeah, if you're a guy who has like tons of dice and you want like ones in reserve, that kind of, tiered stage type riser thing that had spots for full sets of dice, like 3 levels, that was really cool. I liked it.
Yeah. I'll take that off. All right. So, TokenCon was awesome.
It was awesome.
Was awesome. We had tons of fun. So,
and we got SoonerCon coming up.
Yes, SoonerCon's coming up in 3 months.
Yep.
Woo-hoo!
Super excited about that one. That's gonna be our home con. Maybe.
Very excited.
It's my home con. It's my local home con. I was going there back in the 90s.
1990s?
The 1990s.
The 1990s.
You went there in the 20th century?
Yeah, I had to dodge the pterodactyls, make sure they didn't swallow me up.
As Curtis said, I'm gonna party like it's 1999.
Right. Yeah.
Which, of course, I think sometime in the 2015 or 2016 when we realized that we were further away from 1999 than we were when Party Like It's 1999 was actually written.
Yeah.
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 It's yes. When I hear songs like that, of course, that's the thing. You got to understand it. Like my son was born in 2006, and he's almost graduated high school, and so there are kids that are reaching adulthood who have never lived in any other time period but the 21st century.
Right.
So are they more or less disappointed that we don't have flying cars?
I don't think they know. I don't think they realize like we knew. We were told. We were told that we would have flying cars. Especially, I believe Blade Runner, man. By 2019, I was supposed to have flying cars. And the world was supposed to be a dystopian future. Which, I'm glad it's not. But there was supposed to be flying cars.
I would take a dystopian future for flying cars. That would be awesome. But, I want the automatic drying jacket. That fits snug. That's and the shoes. They made the shoes. They made a limited run of the shoes.
They did.
It was crazy. I remember all the theories about the hoverboard really existing in secret.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Now, I see, here's the problem with flying cars. And the more I think about it, the more I realize it's not possible. We can't have flying cars, guys. Because then you have to regulate that. And so otherwise people will be falling out of the sky.
Yeah.
And crashing into each other. They have accidents while they're planted on the road.
Yeah.
They're going to have accidents in the air, and that's much worse.
I know people who get into accidents with parked cars.
Yeah.
So I don't want them flying over my house.
No. So I don't think flying cars are a thing. Now, what we are much closer to, there was a moment in a movie called Time Cop. Anyone remember this one?
How do I mute him?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
How do I mute Michael?
At the end, it was a horrible movie. But he'd go and traveling back and forth in time, and it was horrible. It was awful. But he's worn out. He's been in the battle, and he gets into his car, and he says, "Take me home." And the car just drove him home.
Yeah.
And, of course, he changed the future, so he was back with his wife and everything, and he was all surprised that the car had changed. But I'm thinking, that's what I want to see, is a car that you just say, "Car, take me home." And we're so close. I mean, we're this close to having that car where I just get in and go, "Just take me home." No more drunk driving. The car's driving you.
I don't know if that's still so I'm imagining someone's drunk in the car and the car's driving itself, and then what's going to keep you from just grabbing the wheel and yanking it around?
Well,
it'd have to be a breathalyzer and lock you out.
Yes. And then there's, if you look at iRobot with...
Thinking about iRobot.
Which is, by the way, the book is so much better, and the movie has absolutely nothing to do with the book.
No.
There is nothing. Read the book, watch the movie. There's only one thing that's the same. That's the title.
Yeah.
It is much like The Hobbit. The Hobbit is a great movie. It is a fantastic book. Those two are not the same thing. So iRobot
at least we've got characters that are the same.
Hey, now
characters that are the same.
Okay.
both book and movie had a hobbit, and both book and movie had a dragon, and both book and movie had a love affair with. Oh wait, no, they didn't. And,
No, that was just a movie.
Yeah, right.
So, but at one point he's driving, and the car's driving itself. But then he says manual mode, and the steering wheel pops out, and then he's able to manually drive. Because I think there's no way you could ever have a car that just drives itself without having some kind of manual ability. So,
because you never know when the robots are going to try to take over. That's why
when your eyes are going to turn red.
I wasn't think manual mode being accessible in my self-driving car.
Isn't that rule number one?
It's supposed to be.
Law number one of robotics.
If your robot vacuum ever has its eyes turn red, that means it's being evil.
Those things. Those things are all fun and games until it tries to go under your TV stand where your cables are, and then it's just like you're just
we have ours. We make sure that it doesn't get into anywhere where our cords are. And this afternoon, I let it run, and then I laid down I actually kind of took a nap today. And when I found it, it had gotten stuck underneath the counter, and its battery was dead. And I felt so sorry for it. Like, oh, poor little Rover. It just died. It just died there, the poor little thing. Come on. Let's put you back in your cradle. Come on.
Now, what would be fun is to walk in one day and find it in the middle of the floor, upside down. Like, who came in and attacked my robot? Who did this? What were you doing to get yourself in this position?
Everyone loves these cute cat on a hover thing, or whatever. And I'm like, guys, don't you realize that's the combination that can be most terrifying?
Right.
Cat overlords riding the robots into battle. Like, no.
I hear Tora, the Flight of the Valkyries playing in the background as you describe that. Right.
Yeah. Or meow, 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 meow.
Okay, how do I mute you?
It's been a long day. It's been a good day.
Yes. It's almost the weekend. Are you guys doing anything this weekend?
I get to do dad dance stuff, like be a good dad, go to the dance competition thingamajigger.
Awesome. I'm so my birthday's Saturday, and I've thank you.
You're 21 again?
22. I mean, thanks for being kind, but 22. I booked myself a nice steak dinner at a restaurant here in town. I won't say where because everybody will show up and it'll be really embarrassing. I have to sign autographs and but yeah, doing that. And Sunday, what am I doing Sunday? What is Sunday?
Recovering from the steak dinner at Cattleman's?
Sunday.
Not Cattleman's.
You're going to be playing D&D.
I'm going to be playing D&D with Red Dirt.
Yeah,
in studio. I almost said live in studio.
Yep. Yeah, I'm very excited. I actually get to play Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday with Red Dirt D&D, and I'm excited about for tomorrow night. Our Friday night group, which started back in early 2018, had to go remote, of course, because of the Rona. But tomorrow night, we are back in person here at my house for the first time in 2 years. I am so excited. And yeah.
That was very awesome.
Very excited. So that, then of course Saturday I'm taking my wife to the Home and Garden Show, and then I'm going to come back and play D&D with my Saturday group, which they're about to go into the mysterious cave in the Barrier Peaks.
Nice.
Yes.
Lasers.
Yeah. Expedition to the Barrier Peaks. Very, very excited. Oh my gosh, it's Ken Cthulhu.
Who now that he's here, we can tell this story. There's this guy. We're at the Q&A, right? We're at the Q&A at TokenCon, and I'm at the table, and sitting right across from me, across the table, in the front row, is this guy, and he's got this. I mean, I'm a 12-year-old boy. He was just cracking me up with this rabbit hat thing that he had. He can like manipulate the ears, and I mean, he's just killing it with like the and whoa.
Yeah, they just pop up and down.
What did you say?
No, and I'm just giggling like, a 7th grader or whatever. And he's like, "You don't know who I am, do you?" And I'm like, "I have no idea who you are." And he tosses me this dice bag that is a squid. And I take for a moment, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Kinder Thulu right across from me. That was so great to meet you, man.
It hit you like a ton of bricks, and you jumped up.
It was great.
Johnny's mom.
It was great seeing all of those people.
And Unique was there, and we've met. Go ahead.
Noah Nightmare, it was there, and of course he could only be there for Saturday. He had to work on Sunday, but he ran.
He ran a bunch of tables
through D&D. Yeah.
Did he have an 11-person group at one point, or 9-person table?
One of his groups on Saturday was 11 people for an AL game. For an Adventurers League game.
Yeah, Adventurers League rules have changed since I've played.
Yes, when I was playing, there would only be no more than 7.
Yeah. Now there's no cap, no limit. You gotta be careful when you say no cap. It means something different to kids these days.
That's awesome. That's absolutely fantastic. Germs was and then there were people that knew people. Like Germs was good friends with someone that Johnnie knew.
Yeah,
and that was like so great.
Small world. Yep.
By the way, speaking of playing Red Dead D&D on Sunday, we will also be doing our roundtable on Sunday. Yeah. So if anybody out there has any questions that you would like to ask the cast and crew, I always say cast and crew, and that's kind of silly because
you are the cast and crew.
I am the crew. But if there's anything you want to ask the cast about Red Dead D&D, you can put it either here in the comments, you can put it in the comments here, you can send us an email, put it on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Just feel free to ask, because we would love to answer your questions, because that was the best part of TokenCon to me, was the Q&A and being able to talk about things that we have not come up in roundtables before, because we have a live audience asking us questions, and they were so wonderful. They were such wonderful questions. So if there's any questions out there that you have, we would love to know about them. We'll make sure to share them and actually put them on the roundtable this Sunday. So just let everyone know.
Good deal.
And if you haven't listened to the Q&A, again, as we mentioned at the top of the show, Demigod Michael Cross grabbed it, mixed it, sent it out as an episode. You can tell it's not our equipment that we were using as far as sound quality goes, but it's still so much fun.
Yeah, still worked.
Yeah, the audio quality wasn't the greatest, but I was really excited for how it turned out. Of course, you can fix a little bit of audio issues. So it was obviously we're on 2 different mics. One mic was really, really good. The other one was a little bit not. So it's very obvious which is the good mic and which is the bad one. But you could hear, you can understand everybody, so it was good to have all this. We were talking about things like consent, and we're talking about the rom-com that has become Red Dead D&D.
I love it, because at one point when Kiri and I were talking about Zonimus and Poppy, I'm looking down at her, and you kind of lean out in this giant exasperation of a sigh. You're like, we've become. It's like it hit you.
Yes, and I'm like, oh, this isn't D&D. Y'all are like, yeah.
Who got feelings into my hack and slash? Oh my gosh.
Y'all turn this into a Harlequin romance. I don't want to see this.
Well, Gaz does have the hair for that, man.
Gaz has the hair for it. Yeah.
Michael, can you cue up some like harps and the sounds of like doves flying away as we run in slow motion on the beach? I want to hear the wedding theme on a banjo. The wedding march on a banjo, because it's the Old West.
Yes.
I love it.
No, I've loved the way this show has turned out. It's so much fun because you never know where it's going to go. That's the beauty of improv.
Yeah, that is true.
That's so much fun. And I wish we had a Mike Good on the pre-show, the pre-Q&A banter. That was I was rolling. I was just rolling there. Dunick and Carde, Tim, and it was just awesome. We were having so much fun. Anyway, sorry.
As that one gentleman said, I didn't know D&D had this much drama. It does. If you do it right, it should have a lot of drama. But of course, it's different. I don't know if this kind of drama would come out in a regular table. As Ash said, we do things differently at Red Dead D&D than you would do at a normal table.
That's true.
Because you're much more focused on the audience and performing for the audience than you are. So when you're all doing Patreon guest appearances, well, here's the thing, Kendra Thulu. We need to have a mixer that has more than 6 connections. We're about to get that. So maybe.
Yep.
The problem is with having people come in is we are way ahead in our recording. We're about 4 episodes ahead. Because this Sunday we will be recording episodes 95 through 98.
Yeah.
So close to 100.
So if we were to have people come in, we just dropped episode 89. So you'd be behind.
We would have to spoil you to get.
There'd be spoilers.
Actually, we wouldn't have to. You would just have to. It's like you just showed up. You have no idea what we did yesterday.
This
is true.
That is
This
true.
is true.
Yeah. And, the other flip side of that is that with some things we're doing in the background now with Discord, we might be able to have some guests right here on Plausible Deniability.
Yep.
Right. That would be a great way to do this, and also be able to do more things with our patrons on Discord, depending on what we can do. Well, we've got a lot of things working out possibly with Discord that we might be able to do because, and that's what we'd like to do. So become a patron. Go to patreon.com/RedDirtDND. Join us on Discord. There's a lot of things going to be coming up.
If you want to boost Discord, that's a big help too.
Yeah. Boost us up on Discord because the more we can get boosted, the more things we can do. We can get better. We can do like a live stream through Discord, and I think that'll be really good.
You could get an autographed copy of Gaz.
Yeah, that's right. You can see the self-portrait that Gaz made of himself.
Right there. Yep.
You know how that makes me feel? Maybe.
I don't know. How does it make you feel? Like a natural Brook? I don't know what you're doing.
Dancing to his own music.
You're dancing to music only you can hear.
I can hear it. You guys can't hear it. Tech issues. We'll figure that out.
Do it again. No, I like the dance. Do the dance again. Oh, Brook.
I got my face there.
That's fantastic.
So much potential.
Right. Yeah, Ash said they have to sign an NDA.
Speaking of, yes, if you guys haven't figured it out, there's a sneaky coyote guest in the chat tonight.
I know.
So, super excited.
I love it.
So,
Kendra Thulu doesn't think those muscles are to size. They're not to scale. I still think Michael should have drawn no shirt with an arrow pointing to the chest area of Gaz.
Have you guys seen the actual photo, the Hero Forge version that I have?
It's out there, good.
Where he's all muscular and green. He's kind of hulkish, It's really kind of cool.
I think it's on the wiki probably.
I think that's in the green room, isn't it? Or is it get posted in general? It might have got posted in general.
No, it's in general.
It's in general.
That's cool. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, it's either in general or it's in We Got a Wiki.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yes, if you, again, for those who just tuned in, if you have not checked out Secrets of Monster Island, we are very excited about this show. Aiden is really being creative when it comes to this show. And we're doing some new and fun and exciting things, so make sure to check out Secrets of Monster Island. Make sure to check out Red Dirt D&D. What else we got going on? There's a whole bunch of stuff. We know we got to this stuff. Oh, make sure to check out A&M Talk D&D on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on.
You guys had a great show. This is two A&Ms in a row that I have become super excited about new content because of A&M Talk D&D. And I know that you guys have already talked about Call of the Netherdeep, and you've already talked about Radiant Citadel, but I was, I just like, okay, another show. But hearing you and Ash talk about those, I'm like, those are awesome. I cannot wait.
I pride myself on the fact that I usually know about these secret book announcements before they happen, kind of thing. And I had no idea about Radiant Citadel until Michael started posting about it, and for the show. I was like, exciting. There's a new book? What?
Yeah, and because they're usually much more in advance of notifying, but I think they've gotten a lot better at making sure no one spoils it other than them.
Well, it's all about Amazon UK.
Walmart.
Amazon UK spoils all their releases. Yeah.
So, I'm really looking forward to these. You've read Call of the Netherdeep, right?
I'm reading it. Yeah, I'm reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna run us through it?
I'm gonna run you through it. Is it gonna be content?
Yeah. I don't know.
It might be content, or it might be we play it and review, and then play a review. So the review is the content. Who knows? I have a question though while Ash is still here, because this really excited me, and I have to ask. Ash or Michael, did either of you get the physical new book gift set that came out? And we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait 6 months or 6 seconds for Ash to answer.
Ash did.
Ash did.
Got the trilogy.
Right. The white one or the black one?
I got the Monsters of the Multiverse.
To the library, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Yeah, Monsters of the Multiverse.
So what I'm looking for is the sleeve.
I didn't get the trilogy.
Okay.
I went to YouTube where somebody bought the whole books and then are selling them separately on YouTube. So that's how I got this.
So
you cannot buy this book until May.
The sleeve of that gift pack. I want Ash to answer this for us. If you grab that gift set, and you flip it over and look at the bottom part of the sleeve that they all go in, do you see Spelljammers?
Oh, come on. Oh, we're waiting.
Apparently, there are just line-drawn art of on the white cover, on the bottom of your box.
Oh, on the bottom of the box.
On the bottom of the sleeve. So you're looking at it. It's cool. You flip it like it fell on the table, and you look at the underside of the sleeve. There's Spelljammers drawn on it. I wonder if Ash is grabbing it now.
Oh, come on.
Go get it, DM Ash. I can't wait for the... Yeah, I heard a rumor about this, and I've been meaning to ask Ash about it. I've completely forgot and just now remembered. We're going to hear it live here, watching the chat.
We are keeping an eye on the chat.
Yeah.
Because if it's on there, if it's really on there...
They're going, I'm not doing this. I don't know what they're waiting for.
Right, yeah, if it's on there and they don't do it, what? Yes, there are Illithid ships. The Spelljammers are on the bottom of the box for that gift set. Look at that, boys! Look at that!
Oh my gosh.
So so Spelljammer, Dragonlance...
Spelljammer confirmed.
Spelljammer's been confirmed for ages. I think I coined the phrase Spelljammer confirmed on an episode of A&M in chat.
Productions.
All the time.
Yep.
Spelljammer confirmed.
Oh, that's so exciting.
That's cool. We'll have to get an image and post it up.
With the things that had come out last year in the Unearthed Arcana, that it looked like that we were heading toward that way anyway. And it's just there it is.
Anticipation. Life is just one big Rocky Horror Show.
Yes, it is. It's just a jump to the left.
Get to the right.
Oh wait, is Brook dancing again?
He was dancing again. Yes, he was.
Oh, he stopped. Okay.
Spelljammer confirmed. There it is. Woo!
Yep. It's been said time and time again by this D&D network. Spelljammer confirmed.
Cannot wait. Oh, so good. Oh, so good.
We got 10 minutes before Michael Cross expires.
Yes. You know what I would like to hear is Secrets of Monster Island. How did that come about? Where was that brainchild born from and such?
From a brainchild.
This is nothing. I don't think there's anything in here that's truly original. All these characters are from past. They're either from Mordenkainen's, or they're from Volo's, or another thing in here. I can't remember what's the other thing, but basically they want to make this book closer to whatever 5.5 is going to be in 2024. And the characters are no longer, its alignment has changed. So they don't just say lawful evil, lawful good. Yeah, they say typically lawful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The idea behind that many things are not. And also many things are more unaligned than and so this is really designed and it's just the monsters. Whereas if you go pick up Mordenkainen's not only has, for example, the elves and new elves in it. It has 2 or 3, 4 pages on the history of the elves and all that kind of stuff. This is just the monsters. In Volo's, Mordenkainen's, and the other one that for some reason I can't remember. But so that's all. This is just the monsters. Of course, obviously there's descriptions, but not the full-blown descriptions that you got in. So, yeah, it's a great book. I'm kind of disappointed that you can't get it on Red Dirt D&D. You can't get it on D&D Beyond until May. So that's a little disappointing, especially as a DM who might want to put these monsters in. And there's a little bit of change on how spells are done for NPCs rather than going spells. I think rather than going spell slots, they're just actions that they can do. For example, the Lich.
You start talking about Monster Island and Aiden shows up in the chat. Is that like Bloody Mary in the mirror 3 times?
Yes. Where's the Lich? Where are you?
I don't know if I'm going to make it to the Norman Med Fair. I've been spoiled by the big Texas Ren fairs like Scarby and such, but I might make it out there, do a little shopping in preparation.
It's still a fun little visit.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's cool because it's just fun because you get to see folks, right? You get to rally everyone together. Where my nerd's at. It's fun to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Next week is the fair and you have to work. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, that's a bummer.
If no, probably not. I was gonna, fake some type of event that maybe Ash's Ash's job would have to come up for, but I bet there's a halfway stop, like, with an EMT or something. Darn.
Right.
So.
Yes.
That's terrible. But fantastic.
Well, I'd like to go. I don't know if we'll be able to go. Yeah, the Ren Fest in Colorado and Texas are phenomenal. There is supposed to be, though, a Ren Fest coming to, Oklahoma City.
Really?
Next November. A true full-on Ren. Now, we've had this theory before. There was another company that tried to do an Oklahoma City Ren Fest, and it fell apart. So, I don't know. It might be the same company who's finally figured out how to do it, but it's supposed to be Oklahoma City Ren Fest. I'm trying to remember. My wife posted it on Facebook. I don't know. Possibly. I would love to have an Oklahoma City Ren Fest. Of course, we had a great time at the Guthrie Ren Fair last year.
Yeah. For their first year, that was amazingly successful for their first year.
I'm pretty sure I'm hoping they have it again this year. So
yeah.
Yeah. Of course, it was right in the middle of July, so it was like, whoa, that is hot.
It was,
especially for your garb. It's just a little much.
That's why you wear a kilt.
Yeah, that's why you wear a kilt. That's right.
Always. I love going to the
don't wear a shirt.
Texas Renaissance Festival in November. when it's ice cold and you're in a kilt, you're in a grand kilt. It's like just enough to keep you warm until the sun comes out, and then it's less enough to keep you cool while the sun's beating down on you.
Yep.
Kilt is where it's at.
Yes. Let's see. So we got Renfest coming up.
Things are starting to happen again. Conventions, Ren fairs.
Exciting. Things are opening back up, and I'm very excited about it.
I got used to not having to be around people, and now it's like,
I know. I got to remember how to do that again. I'm actually quite a wallflower.
Do I have to put pants on? Is that?
Not if you wear a kilt.
Oh, see? I need to get more then. I only have 2.
Yes, and I think kilts need to be normal wear.
There you go.
Have
either one of you guys gone out to the the Scottish games that
the Scottish festival they do here? Yeah.
No, I've never been to the. No, I've always wanted to.
Those are fun. It's kind of like an itty. At the couple times I've gone, it's a very small Norman Ren Fair type of feel, but it was fun. So
it's like the Norman Ren Fair with Scotch.
Yes.
Because they'll do like Scotch tastings and I saw an ad for something that was like a major Scotch tasting event coming with 500 different, and I'm like, who's going to taste them all? You can't taste 500 different Scotches.
There was a place like that in Branson, a place that did, what was it? They did, oh gosh, it's like basically tastings of shots and stuff, and it was only like, I only have like 4 before I was like, okay, I have to drive home.
Right. Like, I can't do this.
Boom.
500 Scotches.
Hey, Michael, is that what, you can't quite see it, is that what you were seeing? Is that what you're talking about?
Yep, that's it. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got it. OKC Renaissance and Scottish Festival at the fairgrounds.
In November.
And I'm wondering if it's going to be partially indoors because it's at the fairgrounds.
November 5th and 6th, 2022.
Oh, don't put it indoors.
Well, I wouldn't mind some of it being indoors, especially if it's November 5th and 6th. It's Oklahoma. It could be blizzard.
Yes. People lived in blizzards.
That would not be a fun way to spend outside.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about for the people who are selling stuff, the vendors. That could be in trouble. But if it's a huge indoor, you could make it indoor and give it that feel of being out of So November 5th and 6th, you're throwing the dice in Oklahoma on whether it's good. It could be sunny and 80.
It could be 80 degrees.
It could be a blizzard. It could be a tornado. It could be an earthquake. You don't know. It's November in Oklahoma City.
True.
It's true.
So I'm hoping they put some of it outdoors and some of it indoors, so that if you feel like you don't want to necessarily, because some of the games and stuff, you like the tabor throwing and things like that, you probably couldn't do that indoors. But it'd be nice to have some stuff indoors just in case you want to get out of the heat, get out of the cold, get a little warmed up. But also because, maybe Red Dirt D&D might think about having a table there, guys.
Yeah.
That might be pretty cool.
I don't know if we want to be outside. I would rather be inside.
Do a live action D&D game.
As a paperweight to hold your stuff down.
Right.
Maybe do a live action D&D game. we're getting close to that, especially if I can get this new mixer.
The Red Dirt D&D LARP. It could happen. I'm just saying.
Red Dirt D&D LARP. I've never LARPed.
I never have either.
We gotta get you LARPing. We gotta get y'all to Scarby. We gotta get some. We gotta get some road trips going.
I've just never LARPed.
Yeah, we gotta get some road trips going.
Like that before. I have my garb. It's sitting in my closet.
Have you been to Scarby before, Michael?
No.
Okay. Have you been to a fair outside of Oklahoma?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay.
And there's one it's quite a ways south of Denver, and I can't remember the name of the place, but I absolutely loved it. It's an entire town.
Yeah.
Just for weeks, gets switched around. So people just move in. It becomes a medieval town. So yes, I've been to that one, but I have not been, and of course been to Muskogee, Norman. I still love Muskogee. I've been there a couple times.
Yeah, Muskogee's fun.
Halloween, which was phenomenal.
Yeah. The Kansas City Ren Fair is like Muskogee on steroids because it seems like a mix between this Denver one and Muskogee. Because Muskogee has a few permanent buildings, but the KC Ren Fair has tens and tens and tens of buildings. It's like walking into a Renaissance fair. Branson.
You're talking about Muskogee?
Yeah. Kansas City.
Oh, Kansas. Oh, yeah. Kansas City Ren Fair is huge.
Huge.
It's like Scarby. It's like it runs for 2 months. You can't see it all in one day. Anybody, if you did see it all in one day, you didn't stop. You didn't stop and look at anything. You didn't watch a show. You didn't grab some mead. You didn't have. The thing I like about Scarby is when you get hungry, you think to yourself, "Do I want German or Italian?" And then you go to the German part of the fair to get your schnitzel. Cool. It's not like trailers with gas generators running in the back and Indian tacos. Right. It's right. They're in there like making it in stone ovens, and it's an authentic experience. It's just out in the middle of acreage in some farmland that someone owns. You have to drive like an hour to a hotel, and it's good stuff. Road trip for sure, Ash.
Yeah,
I've never been, but
we'll go on ferry weekend, and you could definitely be a changeling. We'll be on Sealy.
Well, I think the next Ren Fair I'm going to go to, I'm going to dress up in my Doctor Who cosplay and just act like I just traveled back in time.
We'll dress up like Star Trek characters, and we're breaking the Prime Directive. It happens. No, it happens more than you think.
I had never heard about that until recently, and then I heard that from like 4 different people, and I just thought I think that's hilarious, right? So, so I need to add Scarborough to my list.
That's so good.
It sounds like it's
they have there's a winery in Grapevine that makes a mead just for Scarborough, and it's the best mead I've had. I've drank a few of them. Yeah. Good stuff.
That's really cool.
We're at 8 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. 8 o'clock, night 1 of the YouTube.
So we need everybody to tell us how we did. Not necessarily, I mean, the show, we just this was the show we've always done. But how this looks on YouTube, whether
does it sound good? Does like the chat room functions? Make sure you subscribe so we can get a better URL.
Yes.
All that fun stuff.
Yes. So, that was fantastic.
Yeah, subscribe please right now if you can. That would just be fantastic. So, woohoo!
Yep. All right, and we're going to come back in 2 weeks, right back to this spot on YouTube. We'll have another top 3 then. You have to stick around to find out what the topic's going to be. We'll be back to our top 3 and our regular shenanigans. But no one can pin it on us because we have plausible deniability. Johnny Payne.
Brooke Bullock.
Michael Cross.
We'll see y'all next time.